Clear the Model Shop and Establishment Act that will allow cinema halls, restaurants, shops and banks to remain open 24/7. Govind Shrikhande, the MD of Shoppers Stop, joins us on the phone line. Good afternoon and thanks so much for joining in. This is a double bonanza for the likes of Shoppers Stop. For one, the 7th Central Pay Commission has been approved, which means that 1 crore central government employees as well as pensioners are going to be richer by 20 to 25% by way of an annual pay, out for them. And not just that, you have the permission to stay open 24 hours, 7 days a week. How would you read this development and what does it mean for Shoppers Stop?
I would say two very good news. So one is definitely having a higher salary component coming in for the central government, 1 crore employees, impacting almost 0.7% of GDP. Really, it's a great consumption booster. Last few days, we have been hearing about Brexit. Now I think this is the right exit that the government is talking about, permission Raj. So I would call it Brexit than anything else. And I think Brexit will work because if all states, already 3 states are following this model retail policy, if all states start following it, definitely be a booster for consumption, definitely a booster for working environment. And yes, in India, a lot of people don't work part-time. This will definitely help more part-timers to come into the workforce, and obviously more jobs will be created. So I think it's a great news, and I would say a great early Diwali news.
All right, early Diwali news, Mr. Shrikhande, but you spoke about 3 states which are already following this policy, and you are awaiting the other states to do that as well. So could you give us a proportion of what proportion of your stores already are in these 3 states and what are in the other states? At the same time, what does this mean for your same-store sales growth? Are you looking at keeping your shops open 24/7, or are you planning to do some cost-benefit analysis there?
So I think keeping 24 hours is not an immediate option. I would say that it has to work along with the environment of the mall because we are mostly in the mall-operated properties. So I think it's a question of the mall, and obviously there will be a cost benefit for sure. But as far as like-to-like sales growth is concerned, the minute this pay commission money comes into play, and I believe that yes, the cash flows will start coming into play into a tranche kind of a mode because some will come immediately, some will come later. But whatever comes in immediately should definitely drive big booster. And I'm sure the bonuses during Diwali, Christmas, whatever time the bonuses are coming in, like Puja in the east and Diwali in the north and west and south as well, should definitely help the retailers to hit a double-digit like-to-like growth for sure. So I'm pretty confident that this money will come into play and come into cash flows and will get converted into shopping more and more, or maybe buying of durables. So it will come into retail play and push retail sale for sure.
Okay. What does your past experience tell you? Previously, when the pay commission was implemented, what was the immediate increase in, say, the sales of Shoppers Stop? And therefore, what can we expect? If you could quantify that for us, Mr. Shrikhande.
So last time around when this happened, that was a period of actually good retail sales growth. We are already clocking a double-digit like-to-like growth, but we still saw a further jump of almost 20%, especially in cities like Delhi, where there's a large amount of central government employees sitting, and places like where there is central government employees concentration, whether it is some part in Mumbai or Kolkata or Lucknow. But Delhi, we got the biggest of the booster, and we could also see some amount of overflow happening in the state capitals.
All right. Mr. Shrikhande, last quarter, your same-store sales growth was close to around 5.9%. And with the early Diwali bonanza that you're talking about coming in from the central government, at the same time, it is, so far, it looks like the monsoons have been reasonable. What can we expect for FY17? What kind of same-store sales growth are we expecting?
So we were targeting 8% like-to-like growth for the whole year, with quarter 2, quarter 3 targeting almost like a double-digit like-to-like growth. And I think these 2 announcements should help us for sure.
So you will do better than the 8% F517 like-to-like
sales is what we are targeting.
Double digit? Is that likely?
Targeting double digit. Let's see how things pan out.
Okay, so there's Shoppers Stop increasing, perhaps in a way, increasing their F517 guidance, saying that they're now looking to do a double-digit like-to-like growth in F517 versus their earlier expectation of 8%. You said Q2 and Q3 will be, good, a double-digit growth. But this is the quarter where you've got, the Shoppers Stop monsoon sales out in full force. So how is, sorry, that would be in Q2.
In Q2, actually, correct.
How has Q1 shaped up for you?
So Q1 has been soft, and that is what we had expected. And it is still running, I would say, with the sale just starting right now, it will help it a little bit. But fundamentally, Q2, Q3 are the big quarters during the year, and we are pretty confident that we are all geared up to really drive it.
All right, Mr. Shrikhande, thanks a lot for joining in, indicating that Q1 has been soft, but Q3, Q2 looks good, welcoming the cabinet decisions and indicating that the same-store sales growth for Shoppers Stop in FY17 can be seen at that double-digit mark, a level earlier which the management had said at 8%. Looking good, the stock up 4.5%, but we'll slip into a short break. Coming up on the other side, we'll be joined by Dipen Shah of Kotak Securities, who will have some mid-cap ideas lined up for us.